You are in a dream. You look up at the sky and see the grand rings of Saturn through a hazy atmosphere. You gaze at it in awe. A sight for sore eyes, right? You look around and are astounded by the beauty of the mountains you are surrounded by. There is a lake in front of you, and soon it begins to rain. You wake up and wonder where you would get to see all that outside the world of your dreams. Well, you know the answer. There actually is a place exactly like it, the most fascinating moon of our solar system, Titan. I'm Haze and you're watching Astrobytes. Let's dig deeper. About 1.4 billion kilometers away, orbiting Saturn is the second largest moon of our solar system, a moon bigger than the planet Mercury, a satellite whose surface is hidden completely by a dense atmosphere. Titan is, in fact, the only moon to have one. Discovered in 1655 by Dutch astronomer Christian Huygens, Titan is an icy world, full of mountain ranges, lakes, rivers, seas and dunes that make it one of the most Earth-like places in the solar system. Before 2004, little was known about it. Pioneer 10 and Voyager 1 took some photos of this world, but they had no instrument to help them pierce through the haze. The surface remained a mystery, but with Cassini, everything changed. A mission that comprised of a space probe called Cassini, meant to explore Saturn and its system, and Huygens lander, which would land on the surface of this planet-sized moon and unveil its treasures. NASA, the European Space Agency, and the Italian Space Agency had all teamed up to make the mission possible. Launched from Cape Canaveral on October 15, 1997, it arrived at Saturn roughly 7 years later, on 1st of July 2004. But we're going to focus on the Huygens lander, which 1 year later successfully touched down on the surface of Titan and became the first man-made object to land on a body in the outer solar system. And what it saw was astonishing. What you're hearing right now are real sounds of winds on Titan, recorded by the lander during its 2.5-hour-long descent to the surface. And what you're seeing are valleys and mountain ranges. An Earth-like world almost 1 billion miles away. Truly enchanting. It landed on what appeared to be a sort of sand made out of ice grains. After transmitting a good amount of data to Cassini for 1 hour and 10 minutes, its batteries died, and we lost all contact with the probe. Cassini made 127 flybys of Titan, during which it collected valuable data, including direct observations of lakes on the moon, and helped us map the surface. The biggest lake is called Kraken Mare. It covers an area of almost 400,000 square kilometers, and it may be 1,000 feet deep. Due to the orbital eccentricity of Titan, tides of 0.5 meters may rise in this sea, but some calculations suggest that the tides can rise as high as 5 meters. Another factor contributing to these high tides is the low gravity of Titan, which is only 14% of Earth's gravity. When it rains on Titan, the low gravity also makes the raindrops fall much lower to the ground. Setting up a human colony on the moon in the foreseeable future sounds like a very realistic idea. But there are, of course, some obstacles. The average temperature on the surface is a freezing -269 Celsius centigrade, and although there is plenty of nitrogen in the atmosphere, oxygen is completely absent. What makes Titan one of the most fascinating objects in the solar system is the likelihood of life in its liquid bodies. Like many other moons of the outer solar system, Titan holds a water ocean beneath its icy shell, which conditions are suitable for life as we know it to arise. And in the liquid methane-ethane bodies, there may exist life forms with wholly different biochemistries, like creatures that inhale hydrogen instead of oxygen, release methane rather than carbon dioxide, and use acetylene as their energy source. Life is abundant on Earth because liquid water is widespread. Liquid is widespread on Titan too. Even the site where the Huygens probe landed was moist with methane and ethane. An interesting article published by Chris McKay in 2016 says that the rounded rocks visible in this image, captured by the Huygens lander, look as if they were made in the presence of flowing liquid. And since it's an oxygen-free world, the lakes might also be home to silicone-based life, chemosynthetic organisms that derive energy from inorganic chemical reactions. Given all these thrilling aspects, NASA plans to send a robotic rotorcraft to Titan named Dragonfly, which will look for evidence of past or present life and study prebiotic chemistry. After a 7-year-long journey through the void of space, Dragonfly will land on the surface of Titan to do some amazing science and give us useful insights into how life is formed in conditions dissimilar and similar to Earth's. Perhaps we'll find something familiar, maybe something totally bizarre. We'll have an answer to a question that humans have been attempting to answer for many millennia. Are we alone? Or are there strange creatures roaming about beneath or upon airy grounds? Out there in the universe, the unimaginable exists. But one thing's for sure, Dragonfly will be a historical astrobiology mission, and its survival on Titan will make sure Origin's lander is not alone on a distant cold world.